this is Amanda from The Fundamental Home, and today I am back with Ricky, giving you the cheesy grin. So we're gonna do his Q&A today. Now we got a lot of questions for him.
A lot more than I thought they were gonna be.
Yeah, so we're gonna try to answer them quickly so you're not here for like an hour, but we're gonna try to answer all of them. So without further ado, here we go. Number one, first question. Are you a perfectionist or are you just very organized?
I'm a bit more of a perfectionist. I get annoyed when it's not perfect.
Yeah, I don't even know where that question came from your art video, but yeah, he's not organized at all. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Mama.
All right, what is your drawing process? Does it take a lot of planning and concept drawing, first drafts, or are you more of a one and done kind of artist?
So when it comes to my drawing process, so usually when I'm planning a scene or a specific like new character, I usually come up with the concept and I draw like a basic version of that person. But usually, if I'm just drawing, I'm more of a one and done. I'm kind of lazy sometimes when it comes to stuff. So when I do my art, I try to do it in one day, because I have a painting in there. It's like an ink and watercolor thing, and I did it one day. And then I put it off, and it's still not done. It's been like 3 weeks. So I like to do one and done.
I think school's been helpful in that regard. Kind of forces him to have to redo things over and over again.
Yes.
You know, have to do several drafts and perfect it, because he's even though he's a perfectionist, I think that kind of is what impedes you from
probably in a lot of ways
doing certain things, because you know you're a perfectionist, and if you head that direction, you know it's just going to be ugly. So instead it's just like, nope, this is good enough.
Yeah, I'm still not there yet, but
okay. Does he have a place where he posts his drawings?
I don't yet. Spoiler. But I plan to have one starting soonish. Was gonna wait to say that till later, but I'm going to be starting a YouTube channel here.
Ricky, a YouTube channel.
I am. So soon I'll have a YouTube channel, and I'll be able to post more stuff on there and show you guys and talk to you guys more in detail about some of these things. Mm-hmm. Some of these questions are very complicated, specific, like the drawing process. That could be a whole video in of itself, and I would like to do a whole video on that. So right now we're just going to give you guys a basic kind of rundown, but if you guys are interested in the future, when I have that channel all the way up,
I'll link it when he has it.
Mom will link it.
We've been trying to get him to have a channel for a while, because Ricky's, look at him. Look at this smile. He's all charm, right? We thought he would do really well with a YouTube channel, but at first he didn't think people would be interested in seeing it.
Yeah, no.
So this has been a good experience for him to see that there are people who are interested in art and might enjoy hearing what he has to say. So, all right, what are your favorite pens and pencils? Where do we begin, right? He's got a list.
So, when it comes to pens and pencils, I'm honestly not too picky about brand names. I don't know. I use what I got, really. I mean,
he is raised in our frugal household, after all.
Yeah. So my favorite kind of pencils, I'll start there, is I really prefer mechanical pencils. I like mechanical pencils. I think the small tip, it just helps me with my kind of art. I don't know. And then as for pens, right now I'm using Micron pens, and I have a 0.05 all the way up to a 0.8, and those work really well. They're acid free and they don't wear over time, so I have a lot of stuff that I've had for a while. And it's one thing that's different about like Sharpies and stuff. I have a lot of stuff with Sharpies, and they're not as black as they used to be. So the Microns are really good for that.
Yeah, and the Copic markers are the things that you...
I love Copic markers. I have one.
Yeah,
because they are expensive.
He's been wanting to get.
They're like $8 per pen. And I remember I went to Hobby Lobby, and they didn't have a price tag on their little case, so I grabbed like 3 or 4 of them, thinking it'll be like $4. And I went to the cash register and was like, okay, I'm just gonna get one of these. I'm sorry. Can you put these back? And she was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. That's fine. I'm good with that.
He does voices too, in case you can't tell.
I like voices too.
Anyway, all right, next one. Do you still do anime art?
Yes.
All the time. All right, next question. I wonder if Ricky watched the anime Fate.
I'm gonna guess that you're meaning Fate Stay Night or Fate's Zero. I have not watched them yet. I plan to watch them eventually. I've seen a little bit of Fate Stay Night. I looked it up, and that's apparently chronological order, so even though it came at... Anyways, so I've watched an episode or two of that. But
Since most people don't know what that is, tell me what some of your favorite anime.
Well, that's a later question.
Is it a later question?
It is.
Okay, I don't even know. All right, well, we'll just wait for that then. Where do you see your art in the future? Do you want to start your own comic book or graphic novel, or work on an established series, or work more in TV and film?
So this is actually a fun question. If I could see this, just break it up piece by piece. I see my art in the future in... I would like it to be in a lot of different fields. Like you ask here, you want to start your own comic book or graphic novel? Yes, I would love to start my own comic book series or graphic novel.
And children's book.
And children's book, yes.
Like Bunny.
Bunny. If you don't know what that is, go watch the last video.
Anyway, go ahead.
Then the next part is work on an established series. I'm not too big into that. I don't know. It's like playing with someone else's toys. They're not your own. You have to give them back after a while. Mm-hmm. So if I create my own, then they're mine forever. Yeah. And if someone else wants to use them, they have to come by me. So I like that feeling. And then it says work more in TV and film. I would like to do a TV and maybe a film eventually. But right now it's more graphic novel and comic book.
And children's book.
And children's book. Mm-hmm. Thank you for reminding me on that.
All right, Goldfish on Wheels. What's their name?
I do not have a name.
It's a girl, though.
It is a girl goldfish. So if you have a name,
you can put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments below.
For the Goldfish on Wheels. Now, she is supposed to be a very awkward...
She's a very awkward kind of person. She's...
Because she's in a bowl. You know, she's kind of separated from
she's in her
others.
Own little world, literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so if you have a name for her.
All right, what manga do you like?
So this was a really hard question, and I've been thinking about it for a long time. And
don't be all day.
So I could talk about this forever.
I know, that's why I said don't be all day.
So I'm kind of more of a romantic, I guess.
Oh.
Yes. That's kind of funny, isn't it? So there's one that I really like. It's called Ore Monogatari, or My Love Story. Now I know half of you on the other side of the screen are laughing really hard right now, but it's what I like, so I'm not ashamed. But action-wise, I like series like Hunter x Hunter, or even Naruto, Bleach, those kind of ones. And when I get my YouTube channel, I will definitely go more into that.
Okay. All right. Do you have a writer friend that you could team up with?
Brian.
Him.
And Mama. And myself.
I was gonna say he writes really well.
I write too.
He started writing Bunny, and it's quite good.
It's coming along, that one, slowly but surely.
Brian and I are just kind of the grammar police, I think.
Yeah, I'm really bad at grammar, especially.
You're not bad. We're just more strict about those things than you are.
It's commas. that's my downfall.
All right. How did he become interested in drawing? Did he take lessons, or is he self-taught? Does he plan to become a comic book artist? Well, you already answered comic book.
Already answered a comic book. Yes, I plan on becoming a comic book artist. So, I don't know if Mom has ever talked about it on this channel, but a couple of years back, I got pretty sick, and I was kind of bedridden and just in the house for months, and so it gets boring, just kind of sitting around doing nothing. And I told Brian one day, I was kind of just, I guess, complaining to him, like, I'm bored. And Brian was like, you like anime and manga and comic books? why don't you draw something for a change? And I was like, huh. Okay. So I started drawing and felt good.
Well, he'd been
and
drawing
I kept-
before that, but I think that kind of encouraged you to pursue it
pursue
more
it more as a career choice.
Well, I don't know if it was a career right then, but once you started doing it more, then you were more interested in it.
Yeah.
Because he would spend hours doing it because he was in the bed, and it just became something he got more serious about.
Yeah. I watched. Yeah, drawing helped me a lot to do other things other than just watch Avatar: The Last Airbender over and over again.
Okay. So, self-taught.
Oh,
You
and
did not take lessons.
I am self-taught as well.
I mean, obviously now he's in college.
I'm now in college, and
The
this
lessons.
the art class I am taking at college right now is the very first art class I've ever had in my life. So, it's been fun so far. It's been out of my comfort zone. I'm more of the anime and manga stuff, and my art teacher is pushing us towards more realistic stuff, and it's been fun so far.
What's the most difficult and least enjoyed piece you have ever worked on?
So the most difficult and least enjoyed piece I have ever worked on, I recently worked on in my drawing class. And it was the first class that I drew, and it was a still life. And the still life was of a couple stuffed animals on top of a ball, and it was fabric underneath that. It was a bunch of textures and stuff that I was not used to, or at least when I first started drawing it, I was drawing it in my style. And then my art teacher was like, "No, I want
Which
you to."
is a cartoony anime style, not a realism.
I want you to break away from that, your normal, and come out of your comfort zone a little. It's not how he sounds, by the
I was
way.
gonna
If he ends up watching this, he's gonna be like, "I don't sound like that."
Not how he sounds,
He doesn't
but
sound
okay.
like that at all.
Just in Ricky's mind. Go ahead.
It's just how all teachers sound to me.
Anyway.
So, let me show you.
Oh, so
This is it. This was no fun at all.
and you can tell it was a struggle. It's not
It was
as,
a lot of stress.
not as clear as his normal art.
No, this really made me mad when I was doing it. I was ready to flip a table. I'm even ashamed to show you guys that. So we're just gonna
Just gonna put that aside.
Put that right there and pretend that didn't happen. You guys are gonna go back and like pause the video. And
Okay, next question. Has Ricky considered selling his artwork?
I have
You've considered
considered it in the past. I mean, yeah, who hasn't? Who hasn't considered selling anything?
Something for the future. We don't know how it would be done right now.
Right now, I don't know how I would go about selling it correctly, I guess.
But soon,
In
in the future.
in the future, I think if my art and the places I put it start getting more and more attention, I probably will, in the future, will sell some of it.
Okay. Has he ever considered some sort of caricature drawing as a hobby or a job?
I tried it once.
Well, you could learn how to do it.
I could.
But are you really into doing it? Is it your thing?
It's not really my thing. Tried it once. I was really bad at it. And
I think you could master it with ease if you actually pursued it.
it's not that far from manga and anime. I mean, there's a couple differences. Especially when I'm like, it's
I just could sense when he was doing it that he just wasn't really super into it.
most of the caricature stuff is like, you like exaggerate things like a lot. Like, I was looking at some caricatures and they had a nose and it was like, whoa. And the eyes were like, and the sound effects. Sorry. I mean, the nose was really big and the eyes were really small. And it would just look weird and I'm not good at it, so.
How long does it normally take for you to complete one page of art?
So, most of my art sketchbooks and stuff have one page with multiple pictures on it. so it takes a good while to finish one page, but one drawing in particular, that will take me about, if I'm really trying to get maximum detail on it and try to do the shading perfectly, take me anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. But if it's like a concept kind of thing, I'll probably do a 10-minute, 15-minute sketch depending on what it is. Like if it's a building, I'll take a little bit longer on that kind of concept than I am on just like an animal.
What inspires you?
Anime and manga, movies and television, books, family life.
Like the dad.
Like OC Dad. Yeah, that's inspired off of life.
That's enough. Have you taken any college art classes? Do you like to finish your drawings all in one day, or you start them and then go back to them?
We talked about that earlier. So I like to do it all in one day. Again, I get lazy about it, and I set things, put it in the back burner, and then it just never gets done. So I like to do it in one day. What was the other part of that?
Have you taken any college art classes? You can tell me your degree program.
I'm taking one now. I'm currently at college, and I'm doing a advertising and graphic design degree, and it's
That's
one
an
of the
associate's degree.
Yes, it's a 2-year degree, and it's a required class.
Your class is drawing.
And it's a drawing class. In it though, it covers, I guess, a lot more than just pencil drawing though. Right now I'm in graphite, but eventually we're gonna get to charcoal, oil pastels, chalk pastels, a couple others.
And if you hear dogs in the background, just know it's not our neighbor's dogs. It's not our other neighbor's dogs. It is actually down our hill and up another hill. There's a whole group of dogs and wolves over there.
We have a licensed wolf breeder just down the road from us, so those are wolves.
It's like on the next hill over,
Yeah.
like down and across a river and up the next hill, and you can still hear it because it's a nice clear day. What are your future plans and goals?
I already answered this previously, so I plan on having a comic book, graphic novel, possibly doing TV and movie. I want to do it all, pretty much.
Children's book.
And a children's book. I keep forgetting that one.
I don't know why. All right, how's Ricky planning to use his skills? Well, we just talked about all of that.
Again, all
No,
of that.
You don't need to say it again
all
because
of
you
what
just
I just
said it.
said.
All right, do you use pencil then ink, or do you use other media?
Mediums.
Okay. What did you use to color the Batman comic picture?
So the Batman comic picture was done with a marker I just found lying around the house and a Sharpie. That was it. And that was because it's what we had. And I mean, you can create something with anything.
Yeah.
So
What other medium do you use?
I like ink, pen and ink, and watercolor a lot. I have these little designs that I'm planning on making into like Christmas cards and other kind of cards eventually. So I really like doing that. I think the design and it looks really cool. I think.
All right, last question. How do you practice art effectively and constructively every day as opposed to just doodling? Do you use an example and copy it, or just draw out of your imagination? Now, I know that's a long question.
This is a very long question, and I definitely will do a full video describing this in detail once I finish
That's a good idea.
my YouTube channel, because this is a very important topic that a lot of inspiring artists, it's where they kind of have a problem, is really practicing, and it's why it takes people a lot longer to get good than others. So, not saying that I'm great, and probably some of my stuff that I works for me probably.
But to get to your level.
Yes, some of this stuff helped me. And I'll go into it more in detail, but what I'll say for this is that doodling can be helpful depending on what it is.
So can copying.
Copying can be good. I'll talk about this in that video I was talking about, but I do not recommend tracing paper. I've heard a lot of people talk about tracing paper, and I do not think that's a good idea, because you're not learning from it. You learn a lot more from looking at a photo and then copying it from what you see to it than you would if you were tracing it. Because I don't know how to describe it, but I'll show you in a future video specifically how I do that. But for now, doodling's good. Try not to just, you know, do circles and swirls and stuff like that.
Actually purpose to do something.
Purpose to doodle, like today I'm sitting here, why don't I doodle some eyes? So it's a complicated question. I will save it for another time.
Good idea. Okay, that's it for Ricky for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you leave a comment down below and be encouraging to Ricky. And if you have an idea for his goldfish name, let him know. And subscribe here if you haven't. And I will let you know if he gets his own channel what the link is. So anyway, that's it. You all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm really glad you came to visit us here at the Fundamental Home. Make sure if you enjoyed this video that you click the like button, and also click subscribe right below me for more videos coming into your inbox all the time. And also, if you enjoy social media, we've got links up at the top here for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all the other fun things. And check out thefundamentalhome.com for more information about what we're doing all the time and how we do it, because there's way more details there. And here over to the right, we have some videos that I recommend. So thanks again for coming by, and we'll see you next time. Bye.